Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie attend separate events amid inheritance crunch talks. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie attended separate events on the same day inheritance crunch talks were taking place between their father, Prince Andrew, and their uncle, King Charles. On Thursday, Beatrice, 36, attended the annual Street Child UK's annual fundraising gala at Tate Modern in London. On that same evening, Princess Eugenie, 34, stepped out at the Poppy Ball dinner in honour of Remembrance Day. The following day, it was confirmed that their father, Prince Andrew, had found the money to stay at his home, Royal Lodge, after he was told earlier this year that he would have to vacate. The Duke of York has long hoped to leave Royal Lodge, his home since 2003, as a form of inheritance for his daughters, the Princesses of York. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. A friend of Andrew's told the Daily Beast, he was never going to just walk away from the property, the lease is a valuable asset, he intends to leave to his children, and maybe William will be glad of having Eugenie or Beatrice there in years to come. Sir Michael Stevens, the keeper of the Privy Purse, has confirmed that the Duke of York's funding for Royal Lodge will come from legitimate sources. Andrew was told earlier this year by the King that he would need to leave Royal Lodge and move into more affordable accommodation. Charles suggested Andrew downsize to Frogmore Cottage, the former home of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Like the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Andrew lost his right to taxpayer-funded security after being stripped of his royal duties. Just last week, the Duke was told that his £1 million a year allowance would finally be axed. However, the Duke convinced palace authorities to let him stay as he is able to cover the costs himself, according to claims in the Times. Andrew proved he has sufficient funds from legitimate sources, though it has not been confirmed where the money is coming from. A source told the outlet, if Andrew can pay for his own upkeep with legitimate means, then it is not an issue. But the King's patience has run out when it comes to funding his brother's lifestyle in a way that does not fit his status. Princess Beatrice's gorgeous and polite daughter Sienna is her mother's mini-me. Ever since Princess Beatrice and her husband, Edoardo Mopelli Mozzi, welcomed their daughter Sienna into the world in 2021, they've shielded the youngster from the limelight. Unlike Princess Beatrice and her sister, Princess Eugenie, who were photographed from when they were tiny, no photos of 3-year-old Sienna's face have been seen. However, in an exclusive interview with Hello, Princess Beatrice's close friend, Gabriella Peacock has shared rare details on her goddaughter. "Cece is so gorgeous, so sweet," Gabriella began, using Sienna's nickname, before sharing details of what the little one looks like. "She's beautiful. She's very, very blonde, she looks like a mini Beatrice, and she is very girly. She and Wolfie are very well behaved and polite." While it seems surprising that Sienna is fair-haired, given her red-headed mother and her brunette father, it's not entirely unexpected, as an unsurfaced photo of Princess Beatrice at the same age Sienna is now, shows her with pale blonde hair. Whether Sienna will remain blonde or her hair will transition to be auburn like her mother, who is currently expecting her second child, remains to be seen, but she sounds so cute. Gabriella shared that she's a big part of her goddaughter's life, making sure to be present for the young royal, which has been made easier since both Gabriella and Beatrice moved to the countryside. Speaking of the princess's relocation, Gabriella, who is also pregnant, explained, "Bea spends a lot of time in the countryside now too, and she's only a short drive away, so it's super nice for us and it will be lovely for the babies to be friends too." Gabriella also gave an insight into her royal friend's parenting style, noting, "She's very good at prioritizing her children and she's so natural with babies, much better than I am. She's incredible with Sienna and Wolfie, and I would say that she's got a perfect kind of work-life balance as well." Sienna's father, Edoardo, has spoken about his busy schedule, telling the Financial Times about how his career takes him far from his and Princess Beatrice's Cotswolds home, saying he's always on a train between design projects as well as traveling on antique sourcing trips and auctions in Belgium, France, and Italy. He ensures his family is happy at home though, with a stable base for his family key to the father of two, who moved house multiple times in his childhood. The interiors in their home are important to him too, with Edoardo saying, "Design is important to your emotional state." To read the full exclusive interview with Gabriella, pick up the latest issue of Hello. You can subscribe to Hello to get the magazine delivered free to your door every week, or purchase the digital edition online via our Apple or Google apps. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie set for fresh headache as inheritance looks slim. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie are set for a fresh headache this week as their inheritance is looking slim, according to new claims. Their father, Prince Andrew, is having his security details stripped from his home Royal Lodge by King Charles amid their bitter royal feud. The Duke of York, who has lived in Royal Lodge since 2003, is facing this fresh nightmare 5 years after stepping down as a working royal. His daughters, Beatrice, 36, and Eugenie, 34, are likely to be disappointed with this news. As a result, the prospect of the York princesses inheriting Royal Lodge is now looking very slim. Andrew has a 75-year lease with Royal Lodge and was understood to be keen to leave the home to his daughters, Beatrice and Eugenie, as a form of inheritance. However, the monarch has decided to cut the Duke's security team at Royal Lodge, an action which is thought to be taking effect on November 1st. It is believed the king did this to force Andrew's hand, pushing him to move out of the property entirely and find somewhere else to live without security funded by the royal family. Andrew has so far managed to cling on to the property, valued at £30 million, though it is unclear where he will end up after his security detail is removed. Charles previously offered his brother Frogmore Cottage, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's former home. Finding the money to buy a new house and equip it with a security team could prove difficult for Prince Andrew because of the scandal surrounding his friendship with the late sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein. Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie currently both have their own family homes with their respective husbands. Beatrice and her husband Edoardo Mopelli-Mozzi have a lush property in the Cotswolds, and also occasionally stay in an apartment in St. James's Palace. Meanwhile, Eugenie and her husband Jack Brooksbank split their time between Ivy Cottage in London and a property in Portugal. Their mother, Sarah Ferguson, lives with her ex-husband Prince Andrew at Royal Lodge. In 2022, the Duchess of York purchased a property in Mayfair, considered a potential long-term investment for her daughters, Beatrice and Eugenie. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments, and most importantly don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.